It's a draw that feels like a loss, unfortunately, for Central Coast Mariners fans. A 2-2 draw with Brisbane Roar in what was the Mariners' final home game of the 2025-26 A-League men's regular season. And it's not the result that we wanted, and it's just heartbreaking. Heartbreaking, devastating, considering that we were so close, just a couple of minutes away from securing 3 points, which would have put us, really right back into that race for the top six. And look, we are still in the equation mathematically. We can still play finals football, but conceding that late goal, it is certainly heartbreaking. That is the word and the feeling that comes to mind. But look, there was certainly a lot of positive things to take out of this game, but also some negatives which we should address as well. And we'd love to get your thoughts as well. So feel free to join the conversation in the comments section. But in the end, a 2-2 draw with Brisbane Roar. This is a look at the starting 11 that was named in this game. And you got the sense that this was very much sort of returning to essentially a full strength starting 11 for the Central Coast Mariners. Fantastic achievement for Andrew Redmayne, 300 games. He's been fantastic this season for the Mariners and has had a tremendous A-League career. So congratulations to Andrew Redmayne, captain of the club at the moment, of course, with Trent Sainsbury out at the moment. But Stormroo, Donachie, Tap, Moragas in that back line there. Mantell with his starting debut. We'll come back and talk about Jesse Mantell a little bit later. Hayne Eames worked really, really hard in this game, and it was a front four there, in the wide positions at least, Oglar, Newell, and Brantman playing in behind Ollie Laval. So I was really happy with the starting lineup. I talked about in the preview video that we did a couple of days ago how I'd like to see Sabit Newell come in from the start. I think maybe we missed him from the start a little bit in the midweek game against Melbourne City. So looking at this team, I was really, really excited to see what we could show in this game. But unfortunately, it was a terrible, terrible start to concede early on there. From the set piece there for Brisbane Roar, working it short, getting the cross in, and I feel like maybe James Donachie will be disappointed with maybe how he defended that cross coming in. You could see that how he was the closest player there to Sam Klein, who got up and, look, to be fair, scored a fantastic goal there, fantastic header, well-placed header there by Samuel Klein. But James Donachie, maybe he could have done better to maybe get to that ball first. You could see the marking there at the far post. It was a little bit too easy for Brisbane Roar to get up there. And look, the defenders will know that, of course. So it was certainly another poor start for the Mariners. And I mean, I was even listening back to some of the commentary of the game afterwards. And there was some statistic that was mentioned in the commentary that I'm pretty sure it's something around like 15 games now Mariners have conceded first. 15 games this season, which is very, very high. It's not what we want to see. And look, it's been a common theme, I think, in recent weeks. Even again, that Perth Glory game last week, conceding 2 goals early on in the game. It's something that's still affecting us, even right at the end of the season here, conceding these early goals. Going down in the first half. It's not helping us. It's not doing us many favors at all. But hey. Look, we worked really hard to try and create some opportunities in that first half, but struggled to really create much at all going forward into the box. Brisbane Roar, had that lead, and out of possession, they were dropping into a back five, which really made it tricky for us to find space in that front third. Sabit Newell was working hard, Bailey Brantman, and I mean, Brantman and Oglar, I thought were maybe a little bit quiet in that first half. And it was interesting to see those 2 changes at the halftime break with Sabit Newell and Bailey Brantman coming off. And I mean, what a moment it was for Jesse Mantell early on in the second half, starting debut. And he was already having a really good game. Again, we saw a promising debut from him off the bench against Melbourne City a few days ago. And I mean, he played the entire game here, and he was fantastic. And the goal that he scored was absolutely brilliant to break away, to find that space. And the finish, the near post there past Dean Bazanis, and obviously a nervy wait with the VAR offside check. And the goal was awarded in the end in fantastic celebrations. And I mean, a lot of people now comparing Jesse Mantell to Josh Nisbet, playing in a very, very similar sort of style. But what a moment for Jesse Mantell, regardless of what happens for the remainder of this season. It's exciting just seeing this contingent of young players that we have. And Jesse Mantell is another one of these young players who has, just played a couple of games and has already, and I think, become like a fan favorite of Central Coast Mariners fans, because just the energy that he's shown in these couple of appearances already, and just I guess like the enthusiasm I think that he plays with as well. It was sort of infectious. It rubbed off on the other players, I think, as well. He's just added so much to this team. It's great just to see him thrown straight in by Warren Moon. Credit to Warren Moon for trusting him, for giving him this opportunity. And he was fantastic tonight, and a really, really nicely taken goal, and a lovely goal shortly after as well. Lucas Moragas, what a cross it was for Nathaniel Blair, who came on at halftime as well. And Blair, with I think what is now his third goal for the Mariners since arriving mid-season. I'm a big fan of Nathaniel Blair. He's started a couple games, but more often than not, he is coming off the bench. But he's having an impact off the bench, man. He's such a tricky striker. He's great with his movement, finding the space in the box. And it was just beautiful. That cross from Moragas and the header from Blair, it was a really satisfying goal to watch. And the 2-1 lead, the celebrations in the stands were... I don't know whether it was because it was a nighttime game. We don't get too many nighttime games at Gosford, but... the celebrations, there was a real vibe in the stadium when we went ahead there. But disappointing the way things sort of dropped off after that. I mean, we had some opportunities here and there, breaking away on the counterattack, but Brisbane Roar managed to wrestle control back of the game. And look, we went to that back five late on, and it felt like, okay, surely we can hold on from here. We've got the lead here at home. The fans were getting behind the team, and surely we could hold on from there. And absolute heartbreak, man. I mean, it pains me thinking about it, conceding that late goal at the end there. Andrew Redmayne coming out, and it looked like that he was going to claim the ball, and Brisbane Roar putting it in the back of the net. Just feels like such a roller coaster of emotions. It would have been huge to secure the 3 points. It would have put us within a point of the top six, but now it makes things very, very tricky for us, having dropped those couple of points there with that goal going in at the end. And look, overall, I mean, I was looking at the stats afterwards. According to FontMob, I think Mariners only had 5 shots in the whole game. Brisbane, I think, had 15. Pretty stark contrast to our last home game against Perth. I think we had around 20 shots in that game, but in this match, we just struggled to create many chances. Great to see that we took a couple of those chances. That was the important thing in the end, of course. But it certainly wasn't a performance that definitely wasn't anywhere near our best performance of the season. It felt like that maybe we could have held the ball a little bit better throughout the game. Some of the decision making maybe could have been a little bit better at times overall. And yeah, man, it really is heartbreaking. It really is painful. I was so devastated seeing that last goal going. It was just such a disappointing feeling, man. Again, you take the positives out of this game, and Jesse Mantell is, I think, the big positive, and that's actually segues nicely into talking about a 3-2-1 votes. He was absolutely brilliant tonight. Not just the goal that he scored, but his overall game was fantastic, and it was great to see him as well. I mean, start the game as one of those deeper lying midfielders and finish the game playing as sort of an attacking midfielder there. So Jesse Mantell, a superstar and a future star as well for Central Coast Mariners. I say future star, but a current star now, I think, already, Jesse Mantell. I thought Brad Tapp was very, very good in this game. He came in with some, again, crucial interceptions, crucial blocks. He's been one of our top players this campaign. And I think Lucas Moragas deserves a shout-out, even just for that cross alone for the second goal. But he's, again, always such an industrious player on that left-hand side, Lucas Moragas. So, again, not our best performance at all. Look, from a neutral point of view, you look at this game and a draw is maybe the fair result in the end. Brisbane defended well for a lot of this game and pushed really hard at the end there and managed to get a draw out of the match. A disappointing result from a Central Coast Mariners point of view, though a 2-2 draw leaves us in a tricky position, still in the race for finals, that is for sure. But it means we certainly do need to get some results in our next couple of games. Drop your thoughts on this match in the comments section and subscribe for more Mariners content with me here, Lockie, at Coast Watch Football, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.